Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Shave and a Haircut. I am your host, Kenneth Trammell, along with my co-host, Miss Latanya Davis Trammell.
Good evening.
And today we have a special guest today. I invited on, and I got a chance to know this man for about going on 3 years now. He's just like my son. We talk, we hang out, we talk at church. We're gonna ask him in a little bit to have some conversation about our youth and gaming systems. So, without further ado, I'm gonna introduce to you Mr. Raymond King. How are you doing today, sir?
And we're doing pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good. All right, look, do me a favor. Introduce yourself. Tell me who you are and where you're from, and who are you?
So I can barely hear you.
Tell me who you are and where you're from, if you can.
Oh, name's Ray King. Providence born and raised, but I've been over in Monroe since 2001. Made a good living here. Started a family. Wife for 16 years. Two sons, Gavin and Raymond, and man, just living the best blessed life I can live.
All right, man. Look, today with the topic of the day is going to be talking about our kids in the gaming system and what we can look forward to when your kid is on the gaming system and we do not know who they're talking to. Every now and then your kids get to playing these games and we really don't know who the person is they're playing with. You don't know how old they are, or where they're from, or what their intentions are by playing the game system with your kid. So what I'm gonna have is I'm gonna have my wife read some stats right quick, and then we're gonna get us further in the conversation there. Read from them.
All right. According to the FBI, as many as 500,000 predators are active online every day, targeting kids ages 12 to 15. Their intentions include procuring sexual images from children and sometimes making physical contact with their victims.
So so basically what they're saying is, ladies and gentlemen, is your kid is in a gaming platform and he's playing somebody. I don't know who the person is that they're playing. You don't know who the person they're playing. They're having a good conversation in the gaming realm, and you basically don't know what your child is giving out for as information to that guy or female or male. We don't know who actually. You don't know who your child talks to. For example, just the other day, my grandson Grayson, he plays. He plays several games, and when he's on that gaming system, he's just a talking. And I don't know who he's talking to, what they talking about, but I know they're talking and they're engaging in a manner that information is being given out that makes sense. So we got to make sure that our kids realize who they talking to and what's going on in the conversation that we're missing as parents. Because it's easy to slip in an easy word like where you live, and while you playing that game, you're really not paying any attention. You in that game, your mind is thinking like if you're playing certain games, if you're Madden playing, of course you're thinking about the next play, thinking about opportunities. If you're playing any other kind of games, you're really not focusing on the conversation that you're having with that person on the other side of the line. And so it is difficult. You want your kid to have fun. You want your kid to play games. But it's got to be some education that's going in between those times when your kid is playing that game, what to say and what not to say. And I've got you on today because you got two young men, and I think they play the games a lot. And so I want to get your input on that if I can.
Yeah, man. It's one of those deals where you got to be extra careful, extra cautious, and overly protective. RJ, but you know my boys, man. They respect you like an uncle. RJ, man, this been years ago. True story. When the Wii first came out, the Nintendo Wii, he was online playing. Now he also was a big time Nickelodeon kid. So man, he's online, he's playing the game, and somehow I hear him in there talking about Kid Choice Sports. You know, that's the
You know, that's
big
the big
Nickelodeon
Nickelodeon
shit
shit
big with
big
all
with
the
all the
athletes and
athletes
all
and
that.
all that.
And I
And
heard
I
him
heard
ask
him
the
ask the
question,
question,
can you
can
take
you
me to
take me to
Kids Choice
Kids Choice
Sports?
Sports?
The way
The
I
way I
thought it that
thought it that
way,
same way,
man,
man,
took the
took the
headset and I'm
headset
just
and I'm
sitting there
just sitting there
listening.
listening.
It was an
It was an
adult.
adult.
You
You
know,
know,
they asking
they
all
asking
these
all these
fine
fine
questions and
questions, and
his
his
blessed his
blessed his
innocence.
innocence.
Man, that could
Man,
have
that could
turned
have
the
turned the
wrong way.
wrong way.
So
So
immediately I
immediately
asked,
I
who is
asked, who is
this?
this?
And this
And this
sudden
sudden
silence,
silence,
a
a
disconnect,
disconnect,
play
play
user is
user is
offline.
offline.
So
So
since
since
then, man,
then, man,
I don't
I
knock
don't
on that
knock on
door
that
no
door
more.
no more.
When on
When
that
they're on that
game, I go
game,
give
I
me
go
a
give me a
chance to sit
chance
right
to
in
sit right in
between them
between them
because they're
because they're
set up in
set
their
up in their
room.
room.
They have
They
two
have two
TVs,
TVs,
two
two
gaming
gaming
consoles,
consoles,
and they
and they
one's on
one's
one
on one
side,
side,
the other's on
the
the
other's
other
on the other
side.
side.
So I just
So
sit
I
in the
just sit in
middle
the
and just
middle and just
listen. They
listen.
think
They
I'm in
think
there
I'm in there
annoying. No,
annoying.
I'm in
No,
here
I'm
to
in here to
protect you.
protect you.
So man,
So
you
man,
got to
you
be
got to be
overly
overly
cautious and
cautious and
listening,
listening,
man.
man.
And you
And you
know,
know,
sometimes not
sometimes
just
not just
predators,
predators,
man. Some
man.
of these
Some of
other
these other
kids,
kids,
man, the
man, the
language they
language they
use,
use,
the way
the
they
way they
talk.
talk.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna
murk
murk
you.
you.
I'm gonna do
I'm gonna
this
do
to
this
you.
to you.
No, we're
No,
not
we're not
murking
murking
anything.
anything.
That's not
That's
how
not
we
how we
talk.
talk.
So, you know,
So
I
you
get
know, I get
online with
online
those
with those
guys.
guys.
Hey man,
Hey man,
choose your
choose your
words.
words
Because words
because words
become
become
life.
life,
And life,
and
that's
life
your
that's your
action. Before
action.
you
Before you
know it,
know it,
you're in a
you're in a
predicament
predicament
that you
that
can't
you
take
can't
them
take
words
them
back
words back
because of your
because of your
action.
action.
So yeah,
So
man,
yeah, man,
overly
overly
protective.
protective.
Uh,
Uh,
ain't no
ain't no
privacy in my
privacy in my
house
house
until they're
until they're
18. They're
18.
still
They're
my
still my
kids, and
kids,
after
and
that,
after that,
um,
um,
it's still
it's
gonna
still gonna
be
be
overly
overly
protected
protected
because they'll
because
never
they'll
be
never
older
be
than
older
me.
than me.
So I
So
always
I
had a
always had a
responsibility as a
responsibility as a
dad to
dad to
protect them.
protect them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's the fatherhood that's supposed to be demonstrated in the household. You know, you're gonna have those days where they're gonna think you overprotective, but at the end of the day, you've been there before. We just didn't have the gaming system that they have. You
That's
know,
right.
That's right.
and you know the stuff that's going out there now and the language, like you said, that's being used and the words they're throwing out and thinking we don't know what they mean, and the kids are innocently repeating what they're saying based on what they're hearing on the gaming system. Like my grandson, how old is Grayson, baby?
um, 6.
He's 6, and so this now a 6 year old, that first of all they're curious. Second of all, they don't know no better anyway. So if you playing with him during the gaming time and he's talking, it is real easy to have a conversation with a 6 year old and
Yeah.
end up finding out, okay, where he stayed, who at the house at the time, if mom and dad is at home, if he got a sister, if he's got a brother. Because while he's playing that game, he's just talking, and the person that's talking is using keywords. Like, oh man, you beat me. That's good. That's a good game, man. You pretty good. Where you from? And it starts right there. I'm from Monroe. You from Monroe? Yeah, I'm from Monroe. Where you stay at? And all of a sudden, now the conversation is turned from the gaming system to who you are and what you're about and what you got going on. You know, and as much as everybody travel and you out of town and you living with a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old adult, and he said, I'm just here with my sister. She's 17. Now the predator knows, okay, it's just two people at the house. It's just a sister and him. Then he started asking little crazy questions. Is, what kind of car you got? I don't have a car, but my dad has or my mom has. So getting information from this kid just as easy by talking in the gaming ring. And our parents, you know, we're quick to buy these games and we quick to let them play it, but we're not listening to the conversation that's being had during the time of the playing and the gaming. So then you end up with a child that I just read about 5 minutes ago. Ended up, I saw it on a news clip that I couldn't stick on. I was trying to stick on so we could see it. She was playing a guy on a game called Robot. I don't know what it is, but it's like some Robot, Rubik or something like that. It's playing a game. She ended up picking him up, picking her up, beating her, and getting picking her up. He got caught, but that's just the innocence of a game that allows people to get into your lives, get into your kids' lives, and allow your kids to have information that shouldn't be given out. And just
Right.
don't and just because you put the parental content on there, don't think your child can't take it off.
Nah, man,
Nah,
these
man,
kids,
these
they're
kids,
super
they're
smart,
super
man. They
smart,
gonna
man.
find a
They
way
gonna find a
around
way
and
around it.
It's two things you can't stop. One is age and the thief.
Yeah,
So you can set all you want to set up. They're gonna find a way around it.
absolutely.
Trust me, I got two boys. They sharp as knives.
Hey, absolutely. And but what's crazy about it is, man, if if we don't stay attentive as parents, if we don't pay attention to what's going on in our kids' lives, we end up having a kid that's doing stuff, and you wonder where you getting this from? How
Mhm.
you learn this? What? Who told you to say that? And it's all in the gaming systems.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how you can do. It's a game called Grand Theft Auto. I don't know if you ever heard of that
Oh
game before.
yeah.
Oh yeah, they got it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you realize, I think that's a rated R game, if I'm not mistaken. And
I
so
think it is because man, the language they use on there,
yes,
it's
they
pretty
they
rough.
you can so you actually grooming a drug dealer because you can sell drugs. You grooming a murderer because you can shoot people.
Steal cars.
You grooming a thief because he can steal cars.
Yep.
You grooming somebody to go out and rape because you can do that too.
Yep.
All that is on one gaming system.
And it's nothing but a desensitizing mechanism.
That's all it is. If you keep playing it on a regular basis, it's like repetition, right? It's like us at church. If we keep
That's
doing
right.
the same stuff and keep doing it, it's gonna be memorized in your brain, and then you're gonna make it to fruition. You're gonna try to do what you see. You're gonna imitate it. And that game there worries me the most because you can do you can be the biggest drug dealer in the whole state of that game. And it shows you how to go buy it, how to go sell it, how to go make it, how to go talk to somebody to get it. It's teaching you how to be a drug dealer.
That's right.
So how is it this type of game is out there and it's selling like hotcakes and nobody's talking about it?
No.
Nobody's saying this shouldn't be, this is not right. And the crazy about it is I think they're selling it. We probably on the 10th series of that Grand Theft Auto. They've been selling that thing since we were kids almost.
That's right.
And they just enhancing it. You can go beat up old ladies. I mean, it's just crazy what you can do on that one game.
And man,
And so, go ahead.
uh, us as parents, man, we gotta be careful because we looking out for our health. We'll read nutrition facts. We won't read these video game rates that we learn for our children.
True.
We count calories, but we don't count up the cost of the impact these video games gonna have on these kids. You know,
Absolutely.
so
And that's nerve wracking because I know I probably if we pool all the GRC parents and ask them how many of those got those games, probably over half of them probably got it.
Oh yeah.
And then we ask the question, you got the parental control on? They probably gonna say yeah, but do you really know if your child using parental control or is your child using another version of the game? And that's the issue that we got to look at because a lot of our kids can bypass that stuff and be on a different type of game. And you think he playing the game when you got parental control on, and he's not.
no.
You know, and then we know all our kids do this. We be sleep, they be still on the game. True or
Yeah.
false?
That's
That's
true.
right.
So while we sleeping, what are they doing?
Yeah.
Who are they talking to? What kind of ranges they're making? You know, what kind of talking is being exchanged from him to her, to her to him, or you thinking you talking to a 10-year-old talking to a 33-year-old?
That's right.
You know, because at the same time, what people don't understand, there's a device, it's an app that you can change your voice to a kid. And so while you thinking you're talking to another 10-year-old, you're talking to a 33-year-old.
What's crazy is that
It
33-year-old 4 houses down the road.
That's right. Four
And just
hours
like
down the road and got his name on the card at the school saying you can't talk to him, but he's still doing it.
then you pass by these houses and you turn your Wi-Fi on. Like our Wi-Fi, our label is King Castle.
Mhm.
So you look for somebody with that IP address, and there go your innocent child and they done linked up, made friends. Which is why, man. I guess we're overprotective. Our kids never rode the bus. We pick them up from school. We drop them off at school. I just can't risk that, man. We a lot of people say you got to let them go. So we let them try football this year. But you best believe I got extra eyes everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. You got to, man. And you don't want to be overprotective, but you want to be protective at the same time.
Exactly.
If that makes sense. You can do both, but I want you to be more on the protective side and don't care about what they think about.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. This generation of kids is different. The violence is different. The way they do stuff, the way they antagonize your kid in this game you can also go further than that, man. Just
Oh
say
yeah.
your child is just the baddest one on the game. So now somebody's mad at him. What they gonna do now? They're gonna target him. They're gonna start bullying. You can do all that through that gaming system. But what I want our parents to understand is when you're sitting there and you walk by that door and they got them headphones on, you know they gonna talk loud because it's almost unexpected. Because I can hear my grandson all the way in the back of the house.
Illusion.
And no, I'm still on. Can I hear you? I still can hear you.
I can hear you.
We can hear you. But we can always understand that our kids are doing certain things every day on those games that we are not aware of. They are being exposed to some negativity in those games that we're not aware of. They're being exposed to some languages that we're not aware of. And all I'm asking our parents all I want you guys to do is to make sure and be mindful. You have to sit down and have a conversation with your child and find out who they friends are on the games, where they from, and how you met them.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the easy things you can say to your child. Who is this? Who is Ramon? How'd you meet him? Well, I met him on Madden. Okay. How long y'all been playing Madden together? Oh, about a week or so. So what else y'all talk about? Well, Ramon asked me what school I went to. That's your sign.
Yeah.
Okay, what
Just
you mean?
flags.
What school you went to? Well, okay, well, I told him I went to Warren. Okay, you went to Warren? What did he ask you? Well, he asked me what street I live on. What? The little stuff like that comes out and comes in, these kids they have to, you as parents got to be more observant when these kids are playing those games.
Yeah.
You really got to. Like you got two boys, okay? And they I don't know what games they play the most, but I know without a shadow of doubt, when they're playing games, they're playing people that are not their age.
No.
I can almost guarantee you that they're playing people that's in their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Well, they do. We occasionally, they'll link up with Dwayne, Pastor DJ, Terrence. You remember Tires?
Yeah, I remember him too.
Sometimes they'll do what they call the gaming part.
Yeah.
But that's as free as they go.
Yeah.
Now Gavin's a little older, he's 17.
Yeah.
So he played with people he go to school with.
Yeah.
But even so, that's the one I had to get on about the language.
Right.
Hey
Absolutely.
man, I ain't heard you say that.
Yeah.
But that's in my interest. I don't know what you do at home, but I look your lips. But man, if you can't say it in front of me, then hey, you tell your friends, watch your language.
Yeah.
And if they get upset with you, find some new friends.
That's it.
But if you don't talk like that, you don't hear me talk like that, then it ain't worth talking with me.
That's right.
That's right. So, but that means that if it's not coming from you, it's not coming from the other neighborhood. It's got to be coming from one of those other things. That gaming system, right?
That's right.
Because Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, but Grand Theft, you can cuss on that too.
Grand Theft. What's this other game they play? Black Ops.
Yeah.
That's Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, they play that.
And so, all that conversation you're having with your child,
Mm-hmm.
and they listening to you, but when they get in that gaming world, they're in a whole world of their own.
Yeah.
They
zoned out, man.
They zone out, and all they doing is trying to win. Now playing Dwayne, Terrence, Pastor BJ, DJ, that's cool.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they gonna throw probably a verse in there on them from the Bible when they beat them. Something like that. But if you finding somebody that you're talking to and you just don't know who he is, you don't know what's going on. That takes the time. Hey, hold on, Gavin, who is this?
Yeah.
Uh,
And they
they
got this
got this
that
that
college has
college
just
has
come
just
out.
come out. Yeah,
You
NCAA.
know, go
Go
close, but I
close, but
hear
I
me
hear
that
me
you
that you
suck.
suck.
You
You
suck. You
suck.
weak.
You weak.
You weak.
You weak.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
I thought
I
somebody
thought
was in that
somebody was in that
tussle.
tussle. Yeah.
I bust open
Bust
the
open
door.
the
What's
door.
going
What's
on?
going on?
You talking about
Talking
this
about
guy
this
I'm
guy I'm
playing with?
playing with.
Turn it
Turn
off.
it off. Yeah.
Turn it
Turn
off.
it off. Yeah.
We're not gonna
We're
do
not
that.
gonna do that. All it takes now, the guy might lose on purpose. Everything's a game.
That's right.
That's right. I still have my police mind on, so it's always running every day. I'm always thinking. I'm always, even when I'm at church, I'm always picturing something. What's gonna happen? This. So our kids got to look at every game you play as you playing two games. You playing one to win and one to listen. Play that one to listen better because the one that listen better, the one that's gonna let you know what's going on. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you start winning, that person gonna come in there with some different type of wording that allow you to think, okay, all right, he's my friend. He's my guy. And then you opens up your child to a whole different realm whatsoever. Especially Call of Duty. And I mean, Grand Theft Auto. You get the right person on there, you have your child thinking they can sell drugs.
Yep.
Have your child thinking they can go out there and stick folks up and rob them. Have your child thinking they can go out there and find an old lady and hit her in the head with a bat. That game is something, man. I'm telling you.
It's
It's
brutal.
brutal. I
Very
watched it.
brutal.
I was like, how is that game even allowed for parents to even? Your child is in the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Anybody that's not 18, and probably I might say 20 something because even at 18, your mind's still trying
Yeah.
to
So you
focus
get
on.
25.
Yeah. I'll go with 25. Something like that you should play.
Yeah.
But when you got a 7, 8, 9, 10-year old, 12, 11, they ain't playing that game, all it's doing is dialing in their mind.
Mm-hmm.
And then they come. I have seen kids come to Jack Hayes and talking about that game. And talking about what they doing, talking about murking folks. And I'm like, really? You don't even know what that means. Yeah, I do. That's talking about killing somebody. So how you know that? Well, I played on Call of Duty. I played it on Grand Theft Auto. Hold on. You in the 3rd grade? Yes, sir. So then when I asked the mom, well, Mom, you know this game rated R. Is it? I'm like, you look on the back of it and see what it said? I just know he asked me for it for his birthday, and I got it for him. Really?
$75.
$75.
$75?
You know I know.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
$75.
$75.
That's nerve wracking for you to have to go pay $75 and let your kid play a game that he know what you know without a shadow of doubt they shouldn't have.
Yeah. Then
Then
you got also got to be careful because
because
with these
with these
PlayStation
PlayStation
5, you got
5,
the
you got the
console.
console.
You ain't got to
You
go
ain't
to
got to
store
go to
no more.
store no more.
You go in the
You go in the
library,
library,
download it,
download it,
upload it,
upload it,
and get to
and get to
going.
going.
You're absolutely right. So that
So
means
I got
parents got to do what?
you
Huh?
got to you got to dip in that room. Can't leave with
You
that
got to
door
dip in that
closed too
room.
long.
Can't leave with that door closed too long.
That's right. That's right. That's crazy. PlayStation has made it where all you got to do is go on because I ordered NCAA, so I know you can do it. You just go put your credit card information in, download it, and you got it. So that means if it's not the hard copy, parents, you can't see what he got unless you go look on the system, right?
Boom.
Boom.
Absolutely.
So
I didn't think about that, Ray. That's good. I
trying
didn't
to tell
think
you.
about. I didn't think about that. That
So
was good, man. Go ahead.
I
I
purposely
purposely,
when I
when
went
I
and got
went got
RJ,
RJ,
everything is set
everything
up
is
to
set
my
up to my
email.
email.
So when I
So when I
bust and ask
bust and ask
questions,
questions,
what you
what
just
you just
got?
got?
I want to see if he's gonna tell me the truth. Now he don't know it's to my email. All he knows is say enter password. You don't need the password because everything you need to do don't need a password. But when it comes to purchases and the orders, it's gonna come to my email to approve or deny. I done hit deny so many times.
Hey,
Bingo.
hey, there you go. But a lot of parents don't have that, right?
No,
I
they
know
don't. They
it
don't now.
was. That brings me to my mind. We was in Texas. Took a group of kids to Texas. Show you how these kids are. We was in a gaming store, and the mom called me on the phone and said, "Are you standing next to my son?" I was like, "Well, he's somewhere around here." But my card just rung up for like, it's actually was it $100 something?
I don't know,
It was $100 something on a game. I'm like,
but he wasn't supposed to
she was
have
like,
it.
well, he wasn't supposed to do that. And I'm like, well, mom, I wasn't aware that he even had your card information. She said she didn't even know.
Mm.
So that's why I say it's easy. You know how you say, go get my wallet, go get my purse, ladies, and then now they got the card information.
Yeah.
And he went and ordered a game. I made him take it back, but he had went and bought a game, and it wasn't no good game either that he bought. But he bought it because of what? Timmy had it, Johnny had it, everybody had it. And so he had to have it because they had been talking about it in school. Man, this game, you can do this. And he wanted the game. And so what he did was he illegally obtained the game, and I physically took it back. Took it back to the store. But that's what I'm saying. When the kids are around other kids that's not positive,
That peer pressure, man.
that's right. Say it again. What you say?
That
Peer
peer
pressure.
pressure.
Absolutely.
And make you do something you ain't planning on doing
That's
just
it.
to have fun and get yourself in trouble.
That's you're right. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the problem we got right now. But we got, and I'm not you. I'm not talking about you. We talking about parents that are trying to be friends. We got to be more than just a friend. You got to be a parent.
That's right.
You got to stand on yours and do some research on it. Somebody say, "Hey, Dad, I want to go buy the new Call of Duty." Hold on, son. Let me check that out. Get on that computer. See what rate it is. See what's going on with it. And me personally, if you go on YouTube, they'll tell you about the game, which is crazy. They tell you everything about it, everything about Grand Theft Auto. If you go on YouTube and type it up, they'll tell you, "Oh, I wouldn't suggest you get this to your kid," and they'll tell you why. But when getting back to the topic of you just letting your kids talk to strangers, so do we technically? How do we know that your kid is talking to a kid? We'll never know, right?
They got that thing, that question that need answers. Technology, it's hard. Like you said, they got the voice changing apps.
Yes, sir. There's an
They
app.
got all these ways around it, man. All these predators,
Yep.
man, they have perfected their predator and craft.
That's right.
So
And that's
it's so
scary.
hard to do that.
That's scary. And that's right. You have there. I don't know if they even have technology that will let you know that the person you're talking to is of age or the age appropriate with your child. Like I said, those apps are out there where I can make my voice sound like a 10-year-old and you'll never know it. I can make my voice sound like 13, 14-year-old, you'll never know it. But we gotta teach our kids to look for the key words, right? The phrases, the things that are gonna make you understand, hey, that's not the right person to be talking to.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to locate. That's what's gonna make our kids understand. It's not cool to think. Our kids think we're overbearing, and I know they think that. But at the end of the day, guys, we know without a shadow of doubt that this world is dangerous, and stuff is happening every day, and people are getting hurt every day, and they're getting kidnapped every day. I told that story about a kid at one of these schools. thought she was slick. I'm gonna leave the school blank, but she thought she was slick, and so she kept um, talking to somebody online, talking to somebody online at the gaming system. High school girl, 10th grade. So when you get to school, they have that first recess. The bell rings. They take the attendance for the first day. All right. So child goes out to the bathroom, walks out, gets in the car with a stranger that she met online. Now, second period, that's a whole hour. So how far you get from Louisiana and from Monroe in a whole hour? You can at least get past Freeport, right?
You at least get to Shreveport, or
Right.
you can get halfway to Jackson.
The other way, you can go to Arkansas, right?
That's right.
So you say you can go Arkansas, or you can go either way you go. So by the time the second period came up, the young lady was in the part of Freeport. Well, Marshall, what that first that Marshall, the first one in Texas? Is that Marshall, the first one?
I believe it is.
She was in Marshall. Guy took her that far already. Just so happened the guy stopped at that station right there on the right hand side. I think it's the Chevron. And she jumped out the car. But being slick on this gaming system, I almost got her taken away. And that's what I'm trying to get my parents done. We got to, I don't care how mad they make us, mom and dad and sisters and brothers and uncles and nieces. We got to be vigilant on what they're watching, vigilant on what they're saying, and watch what they're doing every day.
Every day. Man,
Because
you say video game.
Yep.
You gotta watch these social media apps too.
There you go. Well, we've been
Inboxes, DM,
we about to
private
roll out the internet.
messages. Same case.
That's right. And so that's how you get introduced it through the game system. So then they ask you, okay, do you got a TikTok? Right? You say, yeah, I do, but what's your handle? Now he's in your TikTok. You know, whatever other game, whatever other platform. I don't know half this. I'm like Apostle. I done forgot what like first pastor said. Damn, she called something out Tupac. I don't know what that was, but that was a new website. I guess she was talking about. But I'm like her. I don't know the website that these kids are on.
Man.
And they get on all kinds of stuff.
Bruh.
And they
Cheese. I got two boys.
Yes, sir.
And it's never ending. But you know, like you said, I'm not their friend, but I'm cool enough to communicate with.
Right.
To find out what I need to find out. Go to the wife, give me some softener with it, because I come in hot and heavy.
That's it.
But I don't ever want to get to the point where they don't feel like they can talk to me.
Yeah.
So, hey man, when'd you get a TikTok account? You ain't old enough. So you lied on your age. Let's cut it off right now. You don't need it. If you got the lie to get it, it ain't worth keeping.
All right.
So we don't do social media, man. The boys don't.
Say that again for my listeners. You got what? You got a lie.
If you
say it again.
Oh, okay. I told him if you got a lie to get it, then you don't need it.
That's right.
Because you already starting off wrong.
That's it.
So
we're teaching honesty, right?
That's it.
That's what we're preaching at, and that's got to be something that go on throughout the day. If it happens at home, it should transpire on the street. Correct. If you're teaching it and you're showing it and you're leading it by example.
Exactly.
So they got somebody to find that, and we can say that we do what we can at home.
Yeah.
But what do you do when they're not at home?
Right.
Man, everything's always a teaching point. I know you have Facebook, and if you look this summer, every other post help find this child.
Right.
Help find this child.
Right.
And that's a teaching lesson of mine.
That's right.
How do you think that child came up missing?
That's right.
That child wasn't left in the store unattended.
That's right.
This is why I'm so hard about who y'all talk to. Because somebody lured that child out, and now they can't find him.
Right.
And I said, man, once you gone, need in the haystack trying to find you.
Oh yeah.
So man, that's why I don't want y'all on social media. That's why I want y'all talking to anybody on these just anybody on these gaming sites, chat lines, man, talk to each other. You know,
Absolutely.
challenge each other.
Absolutely. And that
You
and
only,
that and that's right. You're right.
you
You
know,
definitely need to. Because those, let's take for instance those young ladies that are ambassadors. I've
yeah.
always wondered what
What
happened.
happened?
But I don't. It's not my. I want to ask, but it's not mine because it would be good research. I wouldn't use their names, but you gotta wonder what happened, and then was it that bad at home, or was it you just thought you was grown and ended up getting caught up in a situation? And that's worrisome because at one time I think it was like 9 or 10 of them. Wasn't it at one time we had?
It was
And
more
then
than that.
It
yeah,
was more than that.
and that's worrisome to have that many young ladies out there in that world, and then something went wrong. So somewhere along that line, I don't know if it had to do with social media. I don't know if it had anything to do with thinking they were grown. But something happened where that young lady decided she wanted to leave, and then after she left and got hooked up with some young man that wanted something else besides love, he wanted to use it. And one thing I can say, and I tell everybody my law enforcement experience, if you young ladies, you get out there and they put that drug in your hand one time, in your arm one time, they got you. Cause you gonna chase that high every day. You do what you want to do to get it, correct? So I need for the young ladies that are on here, parents on here got young ladies to make sure that they understand it can't be that bad for you to leave home because you're not grown. And then when you get grown, you always call home and say, "Man, I sure wish I was young." If I had $1 for everybody to say that, cause we said it when we were growing up, man. Man, I wish I could. It ain't the same.
No, it's
So
not.
just take your time. Take
Yeah.
your time and grow up.
I left the house at 17 and was forced to grow up immediately because of a decision. And that's the same outcome of these video games. You link up with the wrong person, you'll be forced to live with with that decision, whether you want to or not. All be after that choice.
You're absolutely right.
So
Yep.
yeah, that's why hey man, challenge your brother, make him better.
That's it.
We ain't talking to Joe Bob 9999. No, that ain't your friend.
That's it.
You don't know him.
That's it.
Y'all ain't got no plans together. So no, that's not your friend. Don't let him change you.
That's right.
Let Joe Bob be Joe Bob somewhere else.
That's right. And so that's what we're thinking about when we're talking about our kids. We're asking our kids who they talking to, why they talking to them, or what conversation they're having. So we as parents got to make sure that every time they go on any type of gaming site, for God's sake, we know who they talking
Yeah.
to, and sit down with them and be honest with them. Look, don't try to be slick, and then go even further than that. Go to some websites and show them folks that tried to be slick and what happened to them. They have that on YouTube. They have sites where they have stuff where they show where a kid called themselves trying to be slick and ended up, which was a demonstration that they were going out showing them, but they would go to people's houses thinking they going to see a 10-year-old to play a game with, and it was a grown walking the house as a grown man and they parent. We have to start showing it every day. We gotta start exposing them what's going to happen to you if you think you're too smart. Decide you want to sneak out because you played a game and you thought this boy was 12 years old and you supposed to be meeting him, and you're a 12-year-old girl, and you get outside the house, he's 42 years old. There ain't nothing you can do if he grab you at 42 and you 12. Nothing. So we gonna have to we gotta start being nosy. It is what it is. Just go it on out and say, look here, if you play, matter of fact, don't even buy that game. They not old enough for it anyway. And I know you want to be their friend and you want to be the best mom and dad in the world about buying that game for them, but you're not helping them at all. Because then when they start coming to the house cussing and saying stuff, you wonder where they got it from. All you gotta do is just go in there and look in the gaming system and look what they got. Cause there's games they even got the game with Tony Montana. I forgot what they called that one. Scarface game out. So you can be. I mean, it's all kinds of gaming system that these kids are playing, and they imitating, emulating, and then they're listening to people, and they come and trying. Then they getting out there in the street and they trying it. One thing about that gaming system in life, you can reset that game. You can't reset that life. You can't go out there and do a drive-by at home. You can do it on the game all day long and kill everybody you want to and turn it off and turn it back on. It'd be just like you never done nothing. But if you do that in real life, your life is gonna change forever. So
Forever.
while we're sitting there showing them the game and playing with them on the games, it could still be, and that could be a teachable moment. I could use that. You playing Call of Duty or you playing Grand Theft Auto with your son and he get the rock. Hold on, son. See this right here? It's a game. It's not real. I want you to put this in your mind. Teachable moment right there.
Yeah.
When you call of duty, you taking headshots. All right, son, this is a game. This is not real. But predators are targeting kids through those games
100%.
because they're knowing that's the most what they're doing, just like anybody else would do. They're going on the website and saying which one of the games kids are playing the most, right? It ain't hard to look. All you gotta do is just go in URL and say, what games are you playing on a regular basis? They gonna pop up. Matter of fact, I got 5 of them. Give me one of them right there. One of the games that the kids are playing.
Oh, let me get on here.
So
I guess it's Roblox, ROBLOX.
Yep.
It is a multiplayer gaming platform that offers all types of experience for electronic avatars, but it's no stranger to controversy and accusations of being unsafe. Last year, children were the primary players, with adults representing only 14% of the users. It's alarming. More than half of the users are under 9 years old.
there you go. That's
That's
number
one.
one. And I know a lot of them kids, but I seen them in church playing that game.
Mm-hmm. Asking for
So
Robux.
Oh, that's what it
what's
is.
it called?
Robux to buy stuff on there.
Okay. All right. So you familiar with it?
I'm familiar with it.
So I'm pretty sure a lot of folks in here on my live probably familiar with it. If you are familiar with it, give me a thumbs up so you'll know what I mean because I want you guys to understand that that game is out there and those kids are playing it. And you saw what it said on that stat wise. The stat told you exactly what it was. So which is crazy. Which is crazy. I mean, it's crazy. I think we lost Ramon. I don't think he's on here no more. He'll come back in a minute. But I'm telling you guys that you see what's going on. Give me the next.
The next one is Among Us. It's a popular murder mystery app. It doesn't allow private chatting within the app, but there is a public chat feature for all players of the game. There is a risk of kids being lured onto different platforms to chat with predators privately.
See that? Y'all see you understand? That's what I'm trying to get y'all to see. I'm trying to get y'all to understand some of the games that your kids are playing. That they're playing. You are seeing it. You got to be mindful. You got to be aware. You got to make sure that you're being nosy. You got to make sure that you're being proactive. You know, I've always said Louisiana, well, Monroe is a reactive city. We wait till stuff happen before we start acting out. We got to start being proactive with what we do with our youth. We got to start being proactive in what we do and what they're playing. We got to. If we don't be proactive, the reaction is gonna be like, "Oh my God, my child is missing. Oh my God, where is he at? Who was he talking to?" Then we gotta have police at your house going all through your website to see exactly who they was talking to, how long they were talking to find out where your child went. Not only that, sometimes your child have safety features and have blocks on there. If your child is not there, how can you get in the system? That's your system. You bought it, not theirs. They should have no locks on that game whatsoever. None. And you make for sure that they don't have that where you can't see what's going on. What's going on? I need you to make sure you're watching your kids every day. All right? Give me the third one.
Yep, it's Minecraft. It's a creative Lego type building game where players try to survive while hunting and foraging for resources. The average Minecraft user is a 24-year-old male, while kids make up 20% of the game's demographics.
How old is it? You said
24-year-old male.
Now that's who play that game. That's the average user. But how many? You said 14. How many?
20% of the game's demographics are kids.
But this game is meant for older people, but younger kids are playing it.
Because it's Lego type.
There you go. See what I'm saying? They're using games, and they're attracting your kids. They're getting your kids in this gaming system, and they're playing with them, and they're talking to them. And before they know it, they got your kid saying stuff and doing stuff he shouldn't be doing. Got your kid showing stuff, and let me see what your room look like. And then the kids start taking a little camera and they start going around there. So now, what I'm looking for, ways to get in.
Mm-hmm.
I always thank police. I keep telling y'all, I'm always thanking police every time I talk. So I said, let me see what your room look like. So here I go, taking my camera, going around in the 360 of my room, and I'm looking. Okay, all right. Okay, they got 2 windows. Okay, all right. Where your room at? Oh, I'm in the back. Oh, okay, so they in the back of the house. So you in the back, you got 2 windows right there.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm looking, I'm observing, I'm seeing how close the bed is to the window. I'm seeing how close the door is from the window. So I know. And that's all the predators are doing. But they're sweet talking your child to death. Man, you got a nice room. I wish I had a room like that. Man, you got a nice this. And your kid just started just sitting there just eating it up like candy, not knowing the predators is getting the information that they need to try to abduct your child.
Yep.
So we got to make sure that our kids are looking at this stuff and seeing this stuff and letting them know that, hey, if somebody say anything remotely about where you at, what you doing, that's a red sign, it's a red flag. Flag on the play.
Shut it down.
In the good words of Apostle and DJ Banks, no, Skip, we just ain't gonna do that.
No.
And that's what we got to do. Because if we don't do that, the day you come home and you check your room and your child gone, you see what I'm saying? When your child go out of town, right? You already wonder when he coming back. Am I right? Because I remember when your boy went to, I think it was Florida or something, and you were like lost.
That's right.
Right?
That's it.
You were lost. Now, parents, I want you to understand that his child and our kids go on vacation, right? So now, just picture that child leaving and don't come back because he was abducted. And that was just for a couple of days. I want you to marinate on your mind, parents. That's why I'm trying to get you to understand. Even when your child go stay over grandma's house, you still miss them, but they coming back. What happens if they get to a predator and the predator takes them? Now it's a different story.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I want y'all to understand that and just get into the game and find out what's going on. We got to. I don't care how mad they get. You get mad all day long.
All day.
But this is your house and your rules, right?
Yep.
And they got to live by.
Like I
What
said earlier, man. They think I'm from the ring. That's they boys. So that thing will come out of smacking them around just to hit on them. Play with them. But I'm also listening to see what's going on. How y'all talking? What are y'all playing? You know. And my oldest little boy, he's 17. So he got a little girlfriend. How you talking to her? You talking right? Is you being respectful? So my ears are like antennas. And I play with them a lot, so they stay calm enough, like I said, to talk to me. So they won't hold nothing. And then, I take it, process it. I listen to respond. I had to learn that. Parents learn that. Don't listen to react. Listen to respond.
That's it.
Once I learned that, man, them boys like open books to me now.
That's it. Say that again.
You know. Now, and like I said, that's to learn because as parents, we want to jump in and fix it.
Right.
But if you fix it one time, they're gonna go to another mechanic.
That's right.
So you listen, learn, respond, get them to feel comfortable with you. Don't jump them when they tell you something. Talk to them around it. Okay, I understand. You could have did that better. I don't think you should talk to that person no more. You know, you ain't do nothing wrong, but let's not do that again. You let them go on. So now, like I say, the boy, Dad, can I tell you something? What you got? I go into joke mode, but I'm listening seriously. And I learned how to, okay. Oh, okay.
There you go.
Here's how you do this next time.
You absolutely
Whether
right.
they right or wrong. They're at age now where I done put the belt down. Ain't no sense in whipping them. Let's talk about it. Y'all men, y'all growing up. So I'm gonna give you a solution. So next time, you know, you can tell me how you fixed it instead of I'm confused, don't know what to do.
That's right. You're absolutely right. We got 8 minutes left on this conversation. So I'm gonna open up the floor to some people that are on. If you got any comments, any suggestions, any ideas that's gonna help us help our youth at this time, and give a couple of seconds for it. I need you time to chime in. I don't know if I got any comments. If no, I'll let my wife look and see if we got any comments on here that we can talk about. But I understand, and that's a good way of doing it.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Mr. Staten said this is good information. Um, Miss Miley says this is good. Of course, Miss King give you the hearts, and my nephew TJ Tramble gives you the thumbs up.
All right. Look, guys, what they say can't stop, won't stop.
That's right.
I am going to continue to educate and still incarcerate our youth. I have no other choice. I'm a firm believer, and I want everybody, every parent, every person to tell your kids, there's a dash right between the beginning and the end of your life. All right.
Yes.
So in that dash, what did you do? What did you contribute to life? What did make sure that if you die today, you've done everything you can to ensure that you are your life, your wife, your marriage, your wife is all right, your kids are all right, and you gave them all the information they needed. You don't want your kid to go out there and get it hanging around their wrong knucklehead, get exposed to their wrong stuff, and cause you to lose your kid. It is so easy, mom, dad. It is so easy for our kids to get caught up in this world. It is so easy for our kids to hang out with the wrong person, and we don't even know it. It is so easy to hook up with the wrong person, and we don't even know it. It is so easy for your child to come in and get information and give it to somebody, and you don't even know it. You know why we don't know it? Because we don't talk to them. We got to ask them about their day all day, every day. We got to ask them how they doing all day, every day.
That's right. What they doing?
We got to love on them all day, every day. You got to make sure that they can come to you. And that, like I said, I can always say it. I've watched Kinsley and my wife, and man, they talk about stuff every day.
She scared me sometimes.
But she comes and tell her. That's a good thing. You don't have to. I don't have to worry about that kids came. No, because she's gonna go and tell them. You got to have that same relationship with your kids. Mom is gonna be mom, and she's gonna be top dog of the ladies in the house.
Yes.
And you got to make sure that your child understand that they can go to mom, or your young man can come to dad. If it gets to a point where your kids can't talk, and it's a lot of times I talk to groups of kids, and those kids say the same. They say that one thing about their parents they don't understand. Then I ask them why, and then they don't give me a good answer. They just say they don't understand. They don't understand. And so we've got to make them understand. Well, we got to sit down and ask them what don't we understand. So it might be something minute and little, And like you said, you got to listen before you react,
Yes.
because that one bad reaction could cause your child not to say nothing to you ever again, because they're gonna remember when I talked to Raymond King, he bit my head off, blah, 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 blah. And so now your child will shut down and won't talk to you. But they'll talk to somebody on that game. They'll talk to somebody on that game. Right? Big argument with Ramon and RJ get into it, right? Hypothetical. Ramon goes to his room, RJ goes to his room. RJ gets on the game side, he's playing the game, and in the game, the guy he normally plays, and they can see each other, see he's not the same RJ that he normally plays. Hey, man, what's going on? Mm-hmm. Man, me and my dad, man, he don't understand. He always busting my chops all the time. Just yelling at me. Oh, man, you ain't got to deal with that. And here we go. Now he's emboldened RJ to buck up against his dad based off the gaming system.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta That's right. So now, if that's the case, that means that me and you got an issue with our kids. Because we gotta fix that. Mm-hmm. We gotta fix it where every day, no matter how bad it is, they gonna come to you and tell you what happened. And then we as parents gotta learn how to analyze it before we act a fool.
Right. They're still kids.
Right.
And there's two sides to every story.
And if we analyze it the right way and talk to the kid the right way, oh, that wasn't bad at all. Okay, I thought she was just gonna just blast me.
Oh yeah.
And and sometimes the blasting need to be done, but you can't do it, right? So, Mr. Ramon King, man, get my claps on, man. I appreciate you, man. I really do love you to death, man. You my brother in Christ. You my brother all the way around. If you need anything from me, I'm a phone call away. You and your family, man, we love y'all.
Very much.
We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for coming on. We appreciate you for being my host, my guest for the day, man. I really appreciate you. You just don't know.
I appreciate the invite.
Look, guys, as I always say in closing, quit yelling at your kids at night, expecting them to sleep and get a good night's sleep. Quit yelling at your kids before they go to school, expect them to have a good day at school. I need you to speak love to your child, speak life, speak honesty, speak hope, speak success. And at the end of the day, please listen to your kids. This has been episode 16 of Shave and a Haircut. I am your host, Kim Trammell. Thank you again. God bless you and good night.
Good night.